Welcome to Sunday morning coffee and games. And today we're doing something a little different, right? No, it's not Final Girl. We're not doing that. I still haven't got it. I have no idea what it is. They say it's here any day, so we'll see. But I thought it'd be fun to actually go through the first iteration of Final Girl. For those that don't know, Hostage Negotiator. There we go. Hostage Negotiator was kind of like their first attempt at Final Girl. The mechanics are very similar, but a little tougher, and there's less to do. And it's kind of hard to explain until you actually see it down on the table. But I thought this would be fun because it's kind of like Final Girl, but not quite, right? And it'd be a little bit different of a game to play. We've been doing a lot of Marvel Champions, so I thought it'd be fun to do something else. So we're going to be, you might see some stuff from other expansions because I have all the expansions, but we're just going to be doing stuff from the very base game. Now, some of the cards might not be from the base game because they're all mixed together and whatnot, but maybe they are. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see with the cards. But the main hostage, or I'm the hostage negotiator, the main terrorizer, I guess, the main bad guy is one of the guys from the core box or the very first box, and the hostage negotiator cards I'm using are from the first box as well. So anyway, we'll go over a little bit how to play the game first, and then we'll kind of just walk our way through it and play the game and see if we can save some hostages, right? They think that'd be cool. So let's pop down to the table. So here's the play area for hostage negotiator. Now it's kind of similar to Final Girl and how it works. The win conditions are pretty simple. So in order to win, you have to do all these three things. There has to be no hostages in the hostage pool. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the reason we have 7 is because our bad guy starts with a 7, bottom right. And it starts with 4 threat. So that's why we start our threat meter on a 4. At least half the hostages are saved. All right. So we have to save at least 4 hostages. And then the abductor captured or eliminated, right? So that's the other key part of the game. We lose if more than half the hostages have been killed, the abductor escapes, or you're unable to draw a terror card. So the way terror cards work is there was 10 of them. They were all shuffled up, or randomly drawn and shuffled up. And then there's a pivotal moment, which could be mostly bad, but sometimes it's okay. I don't really know. So there's 10 cards there popped on top of that one. He has a major demand and an escape demand because of what it states here on the card. I don't know what they are. They're randomly shuffled or whatnot. So let's read the story really fast. This is Arcane Masua. Arcane is angry. As the leader of a terrorist organization, he was none too pleased when over half his team was taken into custody by special forces agents in a surprise raid while he was away. Now Arcane has hatched a plan, and he is after weapons, money, and the release of his captured men. He has taken hostage 7 government officials that have nothing to do with the raid, but Arcane doesn't care. They are disposable pawns. So down at the bottom, we have kind of a market to buy cards. More expensive cards are the better. This little conversation bubble is what's going to be like how we spend points to do it. And the threat meter is if we get high enough, we can start rolling 2 dice or 3 dice. I'm sorry. And then at very high levels, we can start saving people. If it gets too low, we only roll 1 die and people start dying. We start off with free cards. And the way this works is we roll dice just like Final Girl, right? But there are 3 fail sides, unlike Final Girl. Final Girl only has 2. The 4th side is a double, throw away 2 cards to get 1 success, and then a success on 5 and 6. So it's a little harder than Final Girl in that sense. Now, the game turns are really simple. We start with the conversation phase where we just play cards, right? So we play and resolve cards. We keep doing it until either we run out of cards or we just want to stop, right? And we can stop whenever we want. The spend phase, we could spend points, which are these circle things that we talked about, to buy new conversation cards. And then after we finish buying all we want, we reset the point back to 0. And we take all the cards that we had played and put them back in the area so we can buy them next round. And then finally, the terror phase, where we just flip over a card and we see what it says and we do that said thing. So it's a really kind of simple game, but it's tough, right? So I don't think we'll actually win. It's relatively hard to win this game. I'm not that great at it. But there are ways to kind of work to get some successes or whatever. The one other thing I'll mention too is on the back of the card, there's a reminder that basically you throw away this card to get 1 conversation point, or you could throw away 2 to turn that die that has the 2 into a success. So, all right, let's begin. I want to start getting some points right away, right? I feel like getting points is going to be crucial right away. So we're going to roll our 2 dice because that's where our threat meter is. Okay. And we could throw away 2 cards to get 2 points. We're going to do it because if we fail the roll, the conversation ends, which is not great. So we're going to throw away 2 cards. So we succeed. So we get 2 conversation points. So it's from 0 to 2. Let's figure out what his demands are, right? Let's try to figure this out right away. So let's roll away or roll two dice. One success. So we can reveal a demand or get a point. I'm going to reveal a demand, right? And I'm going to reveal his escape demand. You could do either one, but I'll just see what the escape is. So escape demand, bus. Spend 4 conversation points to concede during any conversation for freeing a hostage, and we get +1 die in the next threat roll. Penalty for conceding, the abductor escapes at the end of the conversation. So that's not great if they escape, right? Because that's one of the ways that we fail. The abductor escapes. So this is like a last-ditch effort thing. So we don't want that to happen. But there is a reason why we resolve that, and we'll get into that in a little bit. All right, so I get 2 points to spend now. I'm going to spend my 2 on just staying calm, right? I want to get the threat level back down, so we spend the 2. And then all these go back into the card pool to buy the 0 costs next turn, right? So we have 3 cards still. But we could buy the 0 for 0, obviously. All right, tarot card. Oh, okay. A moment of weakness. Let's go. So we save a hostage. That's what that means. That's one of the few good cards. So that's kind of nice to get. We need all the help we can get. All right, so let's take our just stay calm, right? Let's try this and see if hopefully we can succeed. Lower the threat. 1 success. All right, so we lower the threat by 1, so now it's down to 3. And then I want to do small talk. I want to try to get some points because even if we fail and the conversation ends, I'm okay with that. All right, we got 1, so that means we get 2 conversation points. I'm going to end it there, right? We're just kind of feeling them out. So we're going to buy all of our free cards back, and then we get 2 points. Let's try to keep him calm, right? Let's just stay calm. Let's just buy that one. And then we put these back in. The free one goes there, and that one goes there. All right, let's see what the next tarot card is. Minor demand. Put this card into play near the other demands. Concede during any conversation for until conversation ends, you get +1 die. Penalty for conceding. When any threat roll is failed during this conversation. Oh, okay. So we can concede at any point. We can only concede once, right? So you can't concede like the water demand over and over. Once you concede it, you're done. So what we could say is in the beginning of our conversation that, hey, we want to give him water. If we do, we get an extra die roll. But if there's any threat or when any threat roll is failed during this conversation, then we lose, right? Or not we lose the conversation. So the conversation is then done. So could be good, could be bad. That's actually not a terrible demand, actually. Let's reveal another demand, right? Let's go for it. What are your demands? And the reason this is important and it hasn't shown up yet is because some of the tarot cards can have penalties for not revealing all the demands. All right, I do want to throw away 2 cards for this. I know this sounds not great, but we'll throw away 2 cards. So now we can reveal a demand. So his demand is we can spend 4 points to concede during any conversation to free 1 hostage, and we get -2 on the threat. But as a penalty, at the beginning of each terror phase, he gets +2 terror until he is eliminated. So that is the one bad thing about that. So that's also a last ditch thing. A lot of the concession stuff is probably last ditch. Okay. So we're gonna small talk him because we want to get some points to start buying some cards. We could throw away 2 to get 2 points. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get 1 conversation point, and then the conversation ends. That's what that bubble with the X means. So we're going to take our 1 point. I'm going to buy what I meant was, and also our 1 free card. So we're going to buy that, and then we put the other ones back into the buy area. Then we do our terror phase. We put that back to 0. Cool. Do our terror phase, which is place the threat level back at the starting threat level. Okay, so it goes from 3 down to 4, which is not great. Not the worst thing in the world because we lost 1, but not a ton. All right, so I want to get this threat level back down. I want to get this back down. So let's roll two dice. Hey, double success. All right, so the threat level goes down to 2. So we're very close to 1 where we can start rolling 3. So I want to go for it. Right, I want to go for this. Okay, double fail. We lose 1 conversation point. I'm actually going to stop there then. I'm going to stop there. So I can't buy anything because I have -1. but we can get our free cards, right? Because they cost nothing. So then we reset that back to 0. All right, so we get a terror card, which is +1 the threat, which is not great. So the reason we flip these over as fast as possible because the bottom says if any unrevealed demand, it would be another threat increase. So we would have to do it twice. Now we only have to do it once. That's why I kind of like to get rid of that threat as fast as possible. Also, these cards should have been put back. All right. We need some points. And we need to start winning, right? We're getting kind of to the point where we need to start going for it. So let's try to get some conversation points going. Okay, that's not great. All right, we're going to play this to re-roll a die. That's a fail. All right, so we get a success, which is perfect. So we'll get the +2 conversation points, so that's up to 2. I'm going to play what are your demands? We're not trying to reveal demands, we're just trying to get conversation points at this rate. I don't want to fail this. So let's throw away 2 cards to get a +1 conversation. And we'll stop there. We will stop there. So all these go here for a second. We have 3 conversation points. I want to do a minor extraction. I feel like we can get pretty close to this. And we get our free card too. Okay. Put these back. I don't know if we'll do the minor extraction yet, but I just want to get it. Yeah, we paid all 3, so this goes back down to 0. Okay. Terror card? Oh no, he killed a hostage. That's not great. And again, if there was any unrevealed demand, it'd be +1, but everything's revealed, so we're good there. I'm gonna go and try to get some points. Or get some conversation going. Jeez, we failed. So it's a +1 and the conversation phase ends, which is not great. But we will spend our 1 to get what I meant was, so we can re-roll. And then we're going to get all of our free cards. And hopefully we're going to make some moves. 4, 5, 6, 7. Make some moves this turn. This goes back into the buy pile for next turn. Sets back to 0. Terror card. Okay, so I've taken more hostages. So we have to roll a die. See how many more hostages he takes. So it's a success. So 1 more hostage is in the pool. So we have to get at least half. So the number of hostages we have to save actually doesn't change. Because we had to save 4, we still have to save 4. So I guess that kind of works out. I want to do a minor extraction, right? Let's start trying to save some people. Oh, double success. Let's go. All right, so we could save 2 hostages now. So we're up to 3 saved hostages, which is phenomenal. Really happy with that. All right, so let's ask what our demands are. See if we can get some more conversation points. Oh, no. Okay, so the threat goes up by 1, which is not good. Let's try to keep her cool. Actually, do we want to... Let's actually, instead of doing that, let's say what I meant was... No, we still failed. Okay, this still went up by 1. All right, last thing we're going to try is to keep her cool, or tell them to keep their cool. We could throw away 2 cards and remove the threat down by 1. I think we are going to... No, we're not going to do that. No, I got to keep these cards. So we get -1 conversation point, which is not great. So we can't buy anything, but we can get our 1 free card. And we're going to hold on to the rest here. Ugh, that was rough. Actually, it wasn't terrible, but it's not great either. We do need to do some more minor extractions. We just need to save 1 more hostage, and then we can start worrying about taking out the abductor, which we'll get into in a little bit. We'll have to reread the rules on it, because it's not that it's confusing, but to capture or eliminate the abductor, in addition to saving the hostage, you need to capture or abduct them. When you capture the abductor, the game ends in victory. You can capture the abductor when there are no more hostages to be saved. So they all die or we save them, we're good. The next time you would save a hostage, the abductor surrenders and is captured instead. The only exception is that this does not apply during the terror phase. Any game effect would cause the abductor to be captured during the terror phase should be ignored, okay? And then we can eliminate the abductor. So there are cards that let us do that. They're very expensive. They're over here, which we might have to go for soon. And we can knock them out. Now, if there are still hostages in the pool when the abductor is eliminated, remove the abductor card and all demand cards from play, and the second command card should now be visible from the play area. So demands may not be conceded, and any penalties from previous concessions, conceded demands no longer apply. Any new minor demands should be eliminated. Second command is far less reasonable and will kill one hostage for every point of threat increase, but he will never kill the last hostage. The second command may not be eliminated, but he will be immediately surrendered when there are no hostages remain in the pool, right? So if we get the second command, we have to get the pool down. So it's kind of an interesting way. We could be pretty aggressive with doing all these demands. Maybe not all of them, but like a decent amount of them. But we have to get the points to spend too, which is kind of the weird thing. So, okay. We spend our cards. We got our cards back. We have to do his terror card, which is draw and resolve the next one, which is not great because we're getting through the deck faster. And one threat increase, which is not ideal either. All right. So I think what we're going to do is give into the water, right? We're going to give into the water. So now we can roll 3 dice. All right. So the way that this works is if we fail any roll, the conversation's done. But we're hoping that we could do this pretty efficiently. So let's keep our cool, or tell him to keep his cool. I'm cool. Roll 3 dice. All right. 2 successes, which means the threat level goes back down 1 and we get 1 conversation point. Now I want to do some small talk. All right. I'm hoping that we can get 2 successes here. All right, so 1 success, we get 2 onto here. I want to do this again. And we got, oh, that's kind of hard to say. We got 1 success, and that's it that we can get. So that's 2 points. That brings us up to 5. Actually, that's not terrible. So 5. We can't do a major extraction unless we get rid of a free card. Let us. All right, so let's. The demand is done. So I have to worry about that. This goes here. All right, let's buy our cards. We have 5 points. I want to get the free ones, obviously. Let's do a minor extraction for 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's spend a 1 and get that. Actually, let's spend both ones. And let's get what I meant was twice. All right, so let's put the free ones back. All right, cool. All right, we just need 1 more hostage. We could spend 4 points to possibly get it. Oh no, plus 1 more threat. Okay, this is not good. The threat's getting kind of high, and we only have 2 cards left, so we need to hustle. Let's go for a minor extraction, right? Let's try to get this down, and hopefully we can eliminate this person. All right, 1 success. I want to re-roll the fail. Okay. All right, the threat level is going to go up by 1, but we saved the person. So now we have saved at least half, right? We have saved at least half. So let's try to keep her cool. Keep it cool. Get our threat level back down. Oh my gosh, a double fail. So we get -1. All right, let's try to re-roll that, right? Let's re-roll a die, see if we can. All right, success. Good, 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 good. So we're back to 5 threat. We're going to hold on to the last card and just get the free cards. So we get our free cards. We're at 5 threat. This is back to 0. This goes back into the pool. 1, a 3, and 1. Okay. Terror card. Draw and resolve the next red terror card. So this one's not red, so we can't do it, right? So that's kind of useful. So the pivotal event we do have to talk a little bit about just to make sure we're on the same page with this. So the last card of the terror deck is a gold pivotal event. This climatic event will make winning the game more difficult or on occasion easier. After resolving the golden pivotal event card, you will have 1 last conversation with the abductor. This is your last chance to save the rest of the hostages and or eliminate the abductor, right? So important. In the last conversation after the pivotal event, you may spend conversation points to purchase cards from the available area during the conversation phase. The cards acquired may then be used in your hand immediately. This effect is a last-ditch effort to try to win, right? So we have at least half the hostages, but the hostage pool is still there. we have to figure out what to do with the rest of these hostages. And then we have to eliminate the abductor. So I kind of want to go for 8 points. 8 points gets us the sniper, and we can just kind of go for it. Let's see. Let's do okay, let's do small talk, right? We're gonna try something here. Yeah, we're gonna do small talk. So let's roll 2 dice. Oh my gosh, we failed? No, that's not good. That's not good at all. All right, we have failed. So the conversation ends and we got 1 conversation point. So we'll buy what I meant was. This goes back in, or I'm sorry, we get to buy this free card and this goes back in our hand. Okay, cool. Now, what's interesting? Let me just make sure everything's good. Okay. So now our terror event. This is our last card. The abductor may not be eliminated while there is at least 1 hostage in the hostage pool. All right, so this is it. This is our pivotal event, right? So we have to get rid of all the hostages, or we have to get them going somewhere. And then we have to take out the last person. All right, so what we need is points, right? We need lots of points. We need conversation to get this going. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's re-roll a die and hopefully... No. That's it. We're going to fail because we're going to get 1 and the conversation unfortunately ends. And we can't do any more re-rolls and that's it. That is it, unfortunately. That's kind of like the risk of going for it right there. Because we needed the conversation points to try to get to the sniper. Now, it would have been good to get the sniper like a little bit more ahead of time. I just did not do a good job of that, and the threat just kind of went out of control for us. It was not ideal. So I know this is a bit of a quicker game, but just to get you a rough idea, this is what's kind of fun about it. Like even if you lose, I mean that was what, like 20-30 minutes, right? It wasn't that long to play the game and explain. I think I rushed it a little bit too. I probably should have done his escape demand there at the end, but I needed 4 points. So you need 4 conversation points. So that was kind of my idea, is we could maybe do some of the demands and stuff and get it going. But unfortunately, we just couldn't. So anyway, yeah, that was enjoyable. That was fun. Hopefully it was something different. Hopefully you like it. All right. Well, I appreciate you all being here. If you made it to the end of the video, do me a huge favor. Make sure to hit the like button and hit subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you want to see more games of Hostage Negotiator, let me know. We could definitely do this. There's a whole campaign mode, which makes the game pretty interesting that I really enjoy. And maybe that's something we do in the future too, is we play the campaign. I think that could be fun and pretty cool. So if that's something you want to see, make sure to leave a comment down in the comments. But anyway, thanks for being here this Sunday morning. This was a lot of fun. And hopefully next weekend, Final Girl, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Take care.